Hey guys, this is Alicia from Boulder Pain Relief with an update on Deserae and her hip pain. And I'm actually getting ready to go on a hike myself today, and I'm thinking about her not having been able to do this for the last 6 years at all. And I really want to get her hiking again. We had a good session yesterday, and the reason I'm recording this video not in my studio or in office with her is we actually tried to capture her walking into the office and giving me an update, ad lib, no practice, no talking beforehand. So I didn't even know what she was going to say to me, and we got it on camera, but the audio wasn't working, so we weren't able to capture the audio. So I'm going to give you the update myself. And basically what happened the last week is not a lot of relief for her with the hip pain. She left my office and her hip was hurting for 30 minutes after she left, but the most significant thing that happened is that she cried her eyes out for, I guess, maybe 3 times that day, and she was asking me if that's normal, and I guess she talked to some friends and family to see if they thought that was normal, and they kept asking her, well, what do you think? Like, how do you feel in your body about what's happening with the hip and my work? And ultimately she came to the conclusion that she feels like it's helping her, and she's just having a lot of emotion around letting go of all this tension that she's held on to for 19 years since her car accident at age 19. So unfortunately we didn't get to capture that for you guys, but we did get some of the session and a really poignant sort of moment after everything was over, after the session was over, and we're going to show you guys that. Anything else to report? I guess she was doing some activities that she normally doesn't do, that kind of made her hip kind of stay at the same level it was. So she didn't actually get worse. Her hip hurt for about 30 minutes, she said, after she left, and then it got better, and she was actually confused as to why she was so emotional. But it makes perfect sense to me. She's had to hold on for 19 years to this tension and pain. And she had a traumatic injury at 19 with that car accident and when she broke her hip. So it makes perfect sense to me that she would be emotional. It's not something I talk about a lot, but a lot of the time with pain and pain relief, especially when it's been in there for a long time, there's a lot of emotion around it, especially when you're thinking maybe you're finally going to get the relief you've been looking for so long. So I really look forward to seeing how she feels over this next week and with the next sessions over the next few weeks. I'm hoping that we can get her outside moving more than she has in a long time, and we will report on that then. Okay, we're going to do an experiment this week, and not do the hip one, and see what happens with that. Okay. Just with like getting everything around it a little bit more than we have normally, especially the adductor one, and we just did more on the IT bin than we did last time. My main thinking behind that is, like, I want everything around the hip to be loose so blood flow is getting to it, and maybe it'll chill out. Maybe it doesn't want to be touched right now. It probably will later. Want to get stretched out, but at least it'll be an experiment. So we're gonna add to the experiment today and do your glute. Okay. The left glute. And my thinking behind that is I want to know what doing that does, but not the hip. And it's a totally different area, even though it's near the hip and the hip replacement. If you get any kind of signal from your body that it's not right, let me know. We won't do it, but I want to see what that feels like.
It's, even though it's different than going in here, I still feel it all down there. That one feels painful.
Okay. So it's hurting now. Okay.
It doesn't usually last long.
Keep walking. I want to see if it walks out. So the glute and hip muscles, I don't know if there's necessarily science to back this up, but my theory on that, based on the last 7 years of doing this work, is that your hips and your glutes, if there's an imbalance happening in the legs, front to back or left to right, will clamp down to try to keep your pelvis stable from either being tilted like this or tilted, in front, possibly if the quads are tight or whatever. And and sometimes they can freak out if you try to loosen them too much relative to the other things that are still tight.
Mm-hmm.
The difference being maybe between my work and other things is we're going after the fascia, not the muscles.
Mm-hmm.
What's happening now?
It's decreasing.
Okay.
It still feels very tender, like who was just in there. But
I think tender I'm okay with.
yeah, it doesn't hurt in this moment.
Okay.
It's
Yeah. Okay.
yeah, I think it's going to be more emotional than I anticipated. So lots of deep breaths,
Yeah.
but it feels right.
What feels right?
I'm gonna cry. Just letting my body let go. I think my whole system's just so tight, and just breathing through it and letting go, letting my body relax, because I don't think I've been relaxed in 19 years. Yeah.
You're gonna make me cry. Yeah, that makes so much sense to me.
Yeah.
So, concluding today, back pain, hip pain.
I don't have them right now.
Okay, and
Yeah, I don't have it.
yeah, and what's going to be happening this week? Family in town?
So
No
this
family
week,
in
a lot
town?
more self-care, no family in town, so more time at the gym, nutrition, just really focusing on my body instead of I've been so out just
Yeah.
doing stuff. Yeah, just getting into the gym
Okay,
and
yeah.
eating good.
Moving a little bit and seeing how it feels. And
Yeah.
okay, we'll catch it again. Thank you.